disc from Donna Summer. That's the latest. You got it. You brought your album with you, huh? I don't have no damn stereo. I might as well just carry it with me. I have an album.
Yes. Now, there was a gentleman in the audience who brought his album with him, okay?
Good.
But, you know, he showed this side of it.
Yes.
And this side is interesting, but look at this side.
Well, that's me before the work over, you know.
Yes. Now, what was the inspiration for this? Why did you do that?
Well, I'm an artist, and I paint and so forth, and I like to do different things, and I never have been in a position to really just say, look, I'm doing this, and I don't really care what anybody thinks about it. I want to do what I want to do, and so I did it.
Yeah, because, I mean, there are a lot of people, you know, that would go in a different direction with this altogether.
Yes.
Instead of it being art, it'd be Donna Summer White on her album cover, you know, and you have to deal with that kind of stuff, too.
Yes, you do. You really do.
How's the home life? You still with the gentleman from Brooklyn Dream?
Yes, Bruce Sedano.
Yeah. Talented musician and I guess manager now.
Yes, manager, and husband, and friend, and lover, and yeah.
Everything.
All of the above.
Everything you could want in one man.
Yes. Woo. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great, though. That's great. You all work together still musically?
Yeah, we work together musically. Actually, he's got a couple of songs that are coming out on the charts. Robert Palmer's single out now, he co-wrote. And he's got another one coming out with the Jacksons, I think the second single off this new album. And so he still writes, and he still carries on in that sense. But, you know, he's just managing me temporarily because probably we'll be doing a TV show at some point, and he'll be acting in the show, so...
Yeah. That's good. That's good. What was that period like that you had to go through between this hit and the last one? How did you deal with all that?
Well, it was, I think probably some of the toughest years of my life were the last 7. My family went through a lot of personal disasters and things, and it was a real sad time for everybody. And so, you know, when I sort of turned to try to find the outlet in my profession, my record company and I weren't getting along that well, and it was really, it just made everything that much harder. So, you know, it wasn't easy, but you know, God knows what he's doing. I have faith in God, and I know that he has my best interest in his heart.
Yeah. So, that's it. You have a very strange living arrangement. It could almost be a sitcom. Why don't you explain to them what I'm talking about?
You mean like my family situation?
Yeah.
At home?
Yeah.
Well, my mother and father-in-law, she's going to smack me for saying this, but my mother and father-in-law are divorced for several years now. Actually, the sitcom is going to be about my life with my family. But they both live with us, and they're divorced.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a scene. And then my mother and father sold their house, and they came to live with us. And that was even added to the scene. So the living circumstances are funny. And we have a lot of animals because we live on a farm. And so that adds to the confusion. So it's a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you live? In the New York area, East Coast?
I live here.
Oh, you live here?
I live outside of L.A. about an hour, but don't try to find my house. I don't see nobody standing at my gates.
That must be tough being as big as you are. I guess people do probably try to... No. In the industry. In the industry. I guess people do try to come and find you and follow you and all that kind of stuff. Suck it up.
Well, Arsenio, they do try to find me. And they do bother me a lot.
When people come up to you, what song do they most identify you with? Is it still Love to Love You, Baby, in spite of everything you've done?
Hard for the money.
Hard for the money?
The women. The women. The men. The men, yeah. Love to Love You, Baby, probably. They go, oh, I just remember when you said that song. Ooh, what was it? You know, the bodies start moving like this. I go, Excuse me.
Was that a tough song to do?
Not at all.
Really? I mean, but did you do it on a stool with a microphone like most, I mean...
Actually, I was laying sort of on the floor with the microphone as low to the floor as I could get it.
Really?
Yes. I was joking. I was making a joke. I said, now, how would Marilyn sing this song? Marilyn as in Monroe.
Monroe.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And
I live on this planet too, Donna.
well,
you were on the floor.
I was on the floor.
Yeah.
And so I did the song with sort of like as if Marilyn were doing it. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
That was it, and that was just very easy.
Wow.
You could do it too.
Could I?
I heard you could sing.
Well, I don't know about that. No.
I heard you got a record deal. He got a record deal.
I
Yeah.
want to talk about Donna.
Well, it's okay. It's your show.
What else do I want to talk? You know, I was talking to Bill Cosby, and we have this remote that I'm going to play the second part of today. And he was talking about rumors in Hollywood and how some very ugly people create very ugly things. When they put out probably one of the ugliest rumors that I've ever heard of in Hollywood about you, how did you deal with that whole thing?
Well, the unfortunate thing is when somebody says something bad about you, you can never defend yourself. I mean, you could tell the press, you can tell a million people, but there's always some oddball that doesn't know. And, you know, it could be that oddball that decides he wants to jump your kid or bomb your house or, you know, it's like, well, wait a minute, I never said this in the first place, so, you know, get your story straight. It's just very difficult. It's hard, you know, because I'm a very people-oriented person. I grew up in a big family. We were not the wealthiest people in the world. We had to learn to survive. And I'm not a person that would, you know, that is out to hurt other people or put anybody down.
Yeah.
So when people make up stories, it's difficult. It's, you know, I went through it a couple of different times for different reasons, and I spent a lot of tearful nights, you know, a lot of sleepless nights, and it did not make my life feel very comfortable. But
where does stuff like that come from? I mean, how does that kind of thing start?
Misunderstandings, things people think you said, or they hear a piece of a conversation. You know, it's like whispering something in someone's ear and then waiting till it goes around the table, and by the time it gets to the other end of the table, it's another story. Well, it's just...
But Donna,
if it was in the Inquirer, you know it's true.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I mean, whispering. This was absurd. I mean,
Yeah, well,
I've seen you perform, and as fine as you are, baby, a rumor that you were a man was absurd to me. It was insane.
Well, after having a daughter, my mother had to defend that rumor, for example.
But before the daughter, I knew you were a woman, baby.
Ooh. I've got some fan house.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
Where does that kind of stuff come from?
Causes a girl to rock, honey.
I mean, it's insane. It's
It
insane.
sure is.
But that's part of this business, I guess. Yes. Make me want to rock, honey. It's part of this business, I guess. I swear. Well, Continued Success. That's a great album. I had a chance to listen to some of it this morning. And it's a good album. Good album. Continued Success. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
Donna Summer.